Hello vlog. We're back. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. I'm getting ready because I have some work I need to do. And I've been feeling just very anxious and like in a funk lately. I've definitely shared that on Instagram recently, but my trick is if I really need to get disciplined and get things done and I'm just energetically not feeling tip top, I'll get ready a little bit. So my parents just left for a little spontaneous mountain getaway. I was invited, but I've just been feeling really anxious this week. And I have a trip coming up. I'm going to Denver at the end of the week, and I stacked my work week to like get all my work done before I leave. So this spontaneous mountain getaway, I was like, I really want to go, and like I can work from anywhere, but being out of my element, and I was just traveling, I just got back from New York. I did a 2.5 week trip there. I'm doing another trip in a week. It's just a lot of travel. So it's amazing that I'm able to work from anywhere, but I'm now just listening to my body more and giving it what it needs. And it needs, I need my own space this week so that I can just focus, get things done, so that when I go on my trip at the end of the week, I'm feeling good. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, getting ready a little bit helps me focus. So I'm going to change out of my pajamas. I also just have been sleeping terribly. So I don't know. This is going to be, we're going to do like a little Sunday reset vlog. I've also just been feeling so like, I've been putting off filming this next vlog because I'm like, I had this whole other concept mapped out, which I will film at some point, but I've just been feeling so like, what's the word? Not hesitant, but there's something like I keep putting things off. And so I keep saying, oh, I'll film it tomorrow. Oh, I'll film it tomorrow. And I'm like, what is blocking me right now? And I think I'm just feeling really kind of stressed and anxious with work and just in general anxiety. So, but at the same time, I'm really trying to practice being disciplined. Like I'm said every 2 weeks, I'm going to get a YouTube video up. And so here we are doing it. Like I said, I'm going to every Monday send out an email newsletter. I need to write that today to go out tomorrow, Monday, right? So I'm really sure I could say, I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna rest. That's valid. But I can rally, I can do this. And this is kind of where that discipline and that practice comes in of, no, I'm gonna do the things I said I'm gonna do. And that's me practicing this. So yeah, we'll see what this vlog ends up being. Yeah, I'm already sweating. Let me finish this and we'll talk in a few. Welcome to my home office. I whipped out my mini mic because the air conditioning is a little loud and I refuse to sweat if I don't have to. So this is my live workspace. Welcome to headquarters. It's my favorite place ever and where I get my best work done. So All right, on the docket today, a little Sunday day in my life. Also, happy Capricorn full moon to all who celebrate me. I celebrate. Okay, I have to write the newsletter. I have to write a newsletter that I'm going to send out tomorrow. Not sure what I'm going to write about yet, but we're going to figure it out because we're sticking to the things we say we're going to do. Okay, newsletter. I'm going to document my day for this week's YouTube vlog. This is, y'all, I am just spur of the moment, off the cuff documenting. So this is good practice for me to just keep showing up, keep practicing. Also, side note, guess what I got on Prime Day? Yeah, we got a vlogging camera, you guys. Still need to figure out how to use it. So I'll start using this for my for my YouTube at some point. But that's very exciting. What else do I have to do? I would really like to work on some emails for Influencer OBM Academy prep. My business partner Sam and we're reopening doors to that in August, which is really exciting. But it's almost August, so it's late July. We have to prep for this launch, which maybe that would be a cool video to do of like what actually goes into launching a program and like when the timeline starts, how we prep. I think that would be fun. Let me know if that would be cool for you guys to kind of get a peek behind the curtain on like what goes into launching a course and promoting it. Then I would like to take a look at some onboarding documents that a new project client just sent me. We have a kickoff call this week. I'm going to be helping her streamline and automate her multiple lead magnets that she has. So I will definitely share that journey with you guys. That's something I think a lot of people need help with. So it's a 5-week project. So I'm going to just kind of take a look at all of her materials, get my questions prepped for the kickoff call. And then ideally, I would wrap my day up with kind of looking at my content calendar for the week and then time blocking my week. Because Monday morning, I like to know, okay, this is exactly what I'm doing today. I like to set my alarms accordingly, my morning routine time blocks, big time block girly. Y'all know I love a time block. So I will do that and just relax today. So yeah, I'd like to document all of this and share kind of like a Sunday with you guys. It's not very exciting, but that is the life of running your own business, is kind of using some of your downtime to get things done. I definitely have been thinking about, this was just my side hustle, and this is something I'm talking with my Influencer VA Accelerator Challenge girls. I'm running a 3-week challenge right now, and a lot of them are doing this on the side, which is how I started. And in those early days, and even now, 3 years into running my own business, a lot of times, most weekends I am working like a Saturday or a Sunday, not all day, but 2 to 3 hours. I'm like, something came up, or I have an idea that came to me, or I just want to get a head start for the week, but I still love it. Like, it's not like, oh God, I have to work. I'm just like, I'm excited to kind of prep all of this stuff for the week. And no one's making me do this, but that is part of like the discipline of kind of being in charge of your own stuff. So definitely I take some weekends fully off. But for the most part, there's, at least 1 or 2 hours on the weekend. I'm, sitting down, looking at stuff, preparing for the week ahead, or finally I just have like time to myself where I can create for my business and not, it's not for client work. It's not for my students. So I do like to take advantage of the weekends when I'm feeling good. So I will talk to you guys in a bit. I did that in less than 30 minutes. I think that took me like 25 minutes. So I feel very proud that I did it. For those of you on my newsletter, you will have already read it by now, but this week's newsletter, I talked about how over the weekend I went to a show to support. I went out with like my girlfriends here, and we knew the girl performing. We went to high school with her, which then meant other people we went to high school with were also there supporting her. It was so fun, but it really felt like a reunion, like a high school reunion. And as it goes, when you're kind of catching up with people, the question of what are you up to? Like, what are you doing these days? That comes up. And
I talk about in the newsletter how, and this isn't just unique to this one evening out over the weekend, it is kind of across the board. I find myself hesitating like for a split second of like, how do I tell people what I do? I usually say, oh, I run my own business. And then they're like, oh, great. Like, what's the business? And then I say, well, I'm a virtual assistant for influencers. Or I'll say, I'm a business manager for influencers. I'm an influencer assistant. I'm an influencer business manager. Like, I kind of cycle through these like 4 different responses, and it's just so funny to kind of clock that, because it is sometimes hard to put into words what I do, especially for people who just don't understand the influencer industry or like that this is even a job. People always find it fascinating and they're so interested in it, but it's a reflection point for me. Like, am I self-conscious about what I do? No. Do I know how to word it confidently? Also no. So that's something I need to kind of sit with. But I also talk about in the newsletter how I kind of do everything. I do OBM stuff. I do virtual assistant stuff. I'm strategizing and planning and managing, but I'm also implementing and handling and checking things off the to-do list, right? Those smaller tasks. So the labels and the titles of VA, OBM doesn't really work for me. I think labels in general, it's kind of, that's why I call myself more of like a right-hand woman. Like, I really am like the go-to person for my clients in their business, getting things done, like start to finish, A to Z, mapping it out, strategy, big picture planning. But I'm also like doing the tasks that sure a VA would do, but I'm also doing the OBM stuff. So it's just an interesting kind of reflection point that I'm going to think through more. But that's what I talked about in this week's newsletter. I'm sure that is not a unique experience to me, but I will be talking more about kind of like where the OBM world is currently, like how it's shifted over the last couple of years. My business partner, Sam, and I were going to be opening up Influencer OBM Academy in August again for a September kickoff. So that's been a really fun, we're prepping for that, like I previously mentioned. And the industry has shifted in the last couple of years. And so we're definitely going to be addressing that and talking about that more. We've been talking about it kind of behind the scenes with each other and with our OBM colleagues and friends who are also in the industry. And it's still a job. Like, we are still working with people as OBMs, but just the type of tasks that are happening or that OBMs are also needing to handle has shifted. And, the industry, we've kind of noticed leaner teams, less of like the big teams, maybe in the COVID years that we were accustomed to. And now they're leaning out a little bit more. So that means each team member is going to be doing a bit more than, in past years they've been handling. So anyways, that's a whole other topic and video. But anyways, that's what I talked about in the newsletter this week. And I'm proud of myself for writing it. So now what am I doing? Now I am going to go take a look at the OBM Academy emails, the many, many emails that we're prepping to send out. Entrepreneurship is so fun. They don't tell you running your own business means you're also going to be an email copywriter for your business. Email marketing is very important and it's a lot of work. So that's what I'm going to go focus on now. I'm going to set a timer. I'm a big timer girly. So I'm going to set a timer on my phone, maybe like 30, 45 minutes, see what I get done. And then I'll check in with you in a bit. Okay, I didn't get as many emails done as I would have hoped in 45 minutes. I got almost one done. Almost one. So I've been working, let's see, probably like all in all today, 2.5 hours. I already took my contacts out because like my eyeballs are dry. So I'm kind of losing... I'm losing steam. I'm losing momentum a little bit. So I think I'm going to take a little lunch break, relax, and see how I feel. I definitely have like 1 or 2 more hours in me, I think. I don't really want to work on content. I don't really want to do it. So I think after lunch, I might start editing this YouTube video to get a head start on that, since I post on Wednesdays, and then see how I feel. It is hard kind of shutting off my work brain to relax and reset on a weekend, but I've been relaxing and resetting Friday and Saturday. So I do kind of want to get a little bit done today so I don't feel kind of pressured and stressed going into Monday. And then I'm going to time block my week. I do need to look at my calendar. It's going to be a busy, like, 4-day work week. I'm going to get everything done by Friday because I'm traveling. So, yeah, not the most eventful vlog over here, but I thought it's kind of cool. Might be cool to give you a little behind the scenes look at the unsexy, unglamorous side of running a business and preparing for the week ahead. So, all right, I'm going to go relax and I will update you later. All right, done with my lunch break and gonna probably do like another hour of work here on Sunday. First, I'm going to take a look at the intake form that my new client sent in for this project we're about to kick off this coming work week. I just want to take a look at everything, prep my notes for our kickoff call on Tuesday, and just revisit the proposal and contract that we signed so that I can make sure, I've got my timeline prepped for the coming weeks and like getting my workload mapped out accordingly. So I'm going to get back to work for a little bit and I will check in with you when I'm done. We're done for this Sunday prep night, prep afternoon. I just time blocked my whole week. I'm telling you, if you don't do this on Sundays, I highly recommend you start. It is so nice waking up Monday morning at the time I told myself I would wake up because it's in my calendar and not rushing into my day wondering what the priority is, what meeting I have today, what I need to prep. Is it a hair and makeup day? Am I doing content? Like, I swear by this technique. I used to do it like 2 weeks at a time, or I'd like time block my whole month, but that's actually insane. Just do the week coming up. Just sit down, look at your week ahead, and time block accordingly. So I time blocked my morning routines. So anywhere from like 5 to 7 a.m. is kind of when I start waking up. I put in which days I'm actually going to get ready a little bit. Those are usually my meeting days or call days. I just like to feel a little bit more put together. Then I time block my business time in the morning, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours in the morning. That's when I like feel alert. I'm creative. I'm energized for the day. And you need to treat your business as if it's a client. You need to time block time to work in your business. Like, treat it like the business that it is. Don't treat it as like an afterthought at the end of the day if you have energy to do so. So I do my business. Then I have lunch windows or lunch breaks. Wednesday, I actually, instead of, on my lunch break, I'm going to do like a 2-hour lunch break because I need to do a mani-pedi before my trip and run some errands. Then I move into client work around 12 or 1 p.m. through about 3 or 4 p.m. each day. So I already feel like so much better just by looking at this. Like I mentioned this morning, like I just kind of have been feeling anxious lately and kind of in a funk. So even just doing this for myself is helping just get clearer on where I need to focus for the week. So I am going to sign off on this vlog and I'm going to start editing these clips together because we have YouTube now. We're doing YouTubes. We're doing the YouTubes. So thank you for joining me on this kind of impromptu Sunday vlog. Like I mentioned, I had, this other concept mapped out that I wanted to do, and I just have been putting it off because it just seemed like, I just am not in the headspace for it. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just work with what we've got and where we're at now. So I've just been documenting kind of my afternoon and talking you all through it. So I hope this was interesting. I am very excited to continue sticking to my YouTube channel every 2 weeks, every other week, YouTube video on the channel. I'm as I get better at this, maybe I'll get to that weekly kind of schedule. That would be really cool. And I'm so excited to play with my new Sony ZV-1 vlogging camera. I mostly got this in preparation for my in-person retreat happening this October in Las Vegas, and I wanted to get the 20% off during Prime Day, so we snagged a deal. Now I just get to play with it in my downtime. So I'm excited to bring you on the upgraded vlogging journey. So I hope you all are having a beautiful week so far, and I will see you in my next video.